Let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Zongpong. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Dubdan Dorshi. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of Homa today, the greatly loving and greatly compassionate Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. 四母丹增嘎州图登西地图登卡玛 all Dhamma masters, Dhamma lecturers, Dhamma teachers, Dhamma instructors, Dhamma teaching assistants, temple directors, all disciples present here over the internet. Good afternoon, everyone. How do you do?
大家好。寻找他们。愛してる。相愛。オラメコ。ケケロムチョ。すごい。一番。気持ちいい。住民。やび。プリンプリン。こんにちは。以后你来当司仪就可以。
In the future, you can be the MC.
发物，发物。现在通知大家。
I would like to announce now for next Sunday, August 9th at 3 p.m. There would be Jambala yellow. Yellow Jambala, yellow money god. The mudra is the Vajraklaps mudra. The mantra. Yellow. And today, that's Kanon Sama, Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva Kuan Yin Phusa. We've talked about Avalokitesvara the most, and I will still talk about Mahastama Prapta Bodhisattva. If there is Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, but without Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, then there would not be the Trinity, the three sages of the West. So there would only be Amitabha and Kuan Yin, but instead. So our autumn grand ceremony would be Mahastama Prapta Bodhisattva Deity Yoga. Just look at her name. The great, or Maha means great, and Si means power or authority, and Zi is come. It's here. So if you don't come, you would be like a bird missing one wing. So Mahastamaprapta Bodhisattva, the Bodhisattva with great power. So it's not that we neglect her, but we only transmit it at the climax of time. So those three words, Mahastamaprapta. So with these three words, you will gain liberation. Of course, it's the same for Amitabha Buddha and Guan Yin, Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva. So, at the most critical time, it would be, we would talk about the great power or authority. That's very important. And powerful. So even when the MC doesn't shout it, we do. So getting rich also important. So today for the lunar calendar, it's the 20th of the 6th month. And yesterday was the 19th, which was the anniversary of Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva's enlightenment. So let's sing a birthday song. I was going to sing yesterday, and because the Homa of Guan Yin is today, so we'll sing today to make up for yesterday. The anniversary of Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva's enlightenment. Yesterday. So, Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva and the head of Sukhavati Amitabha Buddha and Mahastamaprapta Bodhisattva. Mahastamaprapta Bodhisattva is the Bodhisattva whose great power has arrived. And once Mahastamaprapta's Dharma has been transmitted, then from Sukhavati, the Pure Land of utmost bliss, Trinity, would be complete. After the transmission of Mahastamaprapta Bodhisattva, if you gain spiritual union with Amitabha Buddha or Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva, you will definitely gain spiritual union with Mahastamaprapta Bodhisattva, or vice versa. If you gain spiritual union with Mahastamaprapta, you will also gain spiritual union with Amitabha and Avalokiteshvara. They are all interconnected. So therefore, this time, Mahastamaprapta Bodhisattva deity yoga, yidam practice. If you don't calm,
我也不知道怎么办。
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do.
很急耶，因为
So try your best because it's not easy to get US visa. Some don't have the visa,
你必须要把那个我们
and
拿去
you must bring our announcement about the ceremony to the consulate and tell them that you want to attend the
那
ceremony.
你进美国西雅图，
And then when you
你拿那个
enter the immigration at the Seattle, you don't have to say more than saying you just want to attend the ceremony, and you can show them
排出来，
the announcement. If that doesn't work,
让你参加
you can use my name. I want to attend the ceremony of Grandmaster Lu. All the immigration officers know.
马斯德路，
Master Lu.
马斯德路 ，OK， 进来，
Master Lu, okay, go ahead. You can come in.
海关很不容易进，
It's not easy to pass Seattle immigration, most people think.
反正是三班去搞吧，
And instead, San Francisco, Los Angeles are easiest.
西雅图的允许是听说是比较
And I heard that immigration in Seattle is not as easy. But if you say Master Lu,
要多少钱？
the immigration officers know. And they would ask you how much money you bring, how much you give to Master Lu.
你说 just a little，
And then just a little, that will be fine.
你不要超过1万块，但是你要拿超过1万块进来，
Don't bring over 10,000, but it's okay if you want to bring more than 10,000. But you have to report it.
你申报，你说出来的，
If you report it, there's no problem.
你就申报2万块钱，
And say if you bring $20,000, just be honest about it, and then you can declare it.
你就申报，
And just declare it, and then they would let it in. You will not face any difficulty
这个法会
to attend the ceremonies
参加这个马斯德路的，
and to attend Master Lu's ceremonies. And you would be able to come in. They would let you in. So never cheat or lie the immigration. However much money you bring, just declare it.
申报2千跟在飞机上填表，
If you have to declare, then do so on the television, and then there
签证的话，
there should not be any problem.
那个新闻拿给那个你们在地的那个
And for getting a visa,
办理签证，我要去参加话，
you can just show our announcement for the ceremony, and then we hope that the local immigration office would give you the visa, that you will just attend the ceremonies and then return to your home country.
移民官几乎都认得，
So most of the immigration officers would know Master Lu
因为太多了，太多人进关
because there are so many people
移民的人，
passing through the immigration and custom at the Seattle airport, coming to our temple and ceremony. So
现在你问我答，
Now the
新
Q&A.
加坡
A question from Singapore by Master Si Lian Yu.
目前人类从电商
Nowadays, humanity has moved from the age of
马斯克
e-commerce into the age of AI. Recently, Elon Musk, the world's richest person, mentioned in an interview that household robots may be introduced within the next 2 years. They could help with cleaning, cooking, walking the dogs, caring for the elderly. AI can also collect and organize information, prepare reports, so white-collar workers may lose their jobs. The question, in this rapidly changing era, what should Jupiter School disciples do to remain secure, keep their jobs, have sufficient provisions for spiritual cultivation? Should we complete the 3,000 meritorious deeds to accomplish it? The era of AI is here that you cannot keep up.
我不是讲了吗？那个福音啊，新加坡的那个福音。
Didn't I say that Fu Yin from Singapore is about, I think, 9, and she wrote a poem for me. And then when I saw it, I thought, oh my God, I was so shocked that she can wrote the rhyme 7-character poem. Chinese poem in Chinese. Li Bai, the famous poet, would lose over her. The poet, the famous poet. So the 9-year-old, the poem written by the 9-year-old was much better than mine. When I saw that, I just threw away my pen. I will not write anymore. So the poem written by a 9-year-old is even better than the one written by a 90-year-old, and much better than poems I wrote. So why should I write? So I'll stop writing. And then the paintings sent to me by disciples, when I saw them, oh my gosh. Wow, so perfect. There's so much talent. So I'll stop painting too. Even little kids without schooling or learning, they can do those. They can paint so well. And talking about Buddhist studies or Buddhist information, oh my God, they know everything. So we shouldn't study Buddhism anymore. AI knows everything. It knows about the whole Tripitaka. Then what should you do? Then you don't practice, you don't paint, you don't write. Then what should I do? Sleep and eat? AI doesn't eat, right? Does AI need to sleep? No. Oh, we lost again. And humans need to sleep, but not AI or robots. Then there's nothing for us to do. So that's what Master Lin Yu is talking about, right? And 3,000 merits? And we ask AI to do?
可以呀、
That's not allowed.
我问你一句话 ，AI
Let me ask you,
能证得佛果
can AI attain Buddhahood?
？AI 成佛，
So the AI becomes a Buddha. It's called the AI Buddha.
AI 成佛就成 AI 佛了。
So
AI 菩萨，
when AI reaches Buddhahood, it becomes AI Buddha. When it reaches Bodhisattvahood, it becomes AI Bodhisattva.
至少我们呢、
At least we are clear.
还认得妙明真心。
We can recognize the wondrous luminous true mind.
所以按照佛菩萨给我的指示是这样子讲的。
So according to the guidance by the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas,
你本身的佛性，
as long as you can recognize your own Buddha nature, you have no fear whatsoever. There's nothing you should
那
fear.
以前讲，
I have talked about it yesterday.
为什么耶稣基督的信徒
Why
都是殉道？
Jesus' disciples are all martyrs.
彼得
Peter
倒定十字架，
was crucified on the cross upside
倒
down.
定了，他连定都没定，只绑在十字架上面倒下来，让太阳。
And he wasn't even nailed. He was just being bound by rope to the cross and to be dried up in the sun until he died.
是从圣塔的顶上
And Jacob
被推下来死，
from the top of the tower, pushed to death. And Paul
他是殉道死。
also died of martyrdom.
因为协定十字架的
And the cross that's slanted, that's Andrew.
定十字架死，
He was also crucified on the cross.
你知道吗？我们去
That's
圣波罗
tilted.
那个意大利圣波罗的大教堂，
When we went to the St. Paul Cathedral in Italy,
圣波罗照了一张相，
and we took a photo there that was taken by Master Lianning, right?
把这个事情经过讲一下。
Please share the event, the experience.
顶礼师尊，大家好。
How much you can master?
应该是差不多出来的时候，2000年大概
After Grandmaster got out from the
教堂。
retreat about 2006, we went to the Basilica of St. Paul in Rome, outside the walls.
当时的照相机
That was at the main
还有
hall.
我们也在拍。
And we were all taking the photos. Several of us took the photos. And then when I saw my camera,
后面有个
how come behind Grandmaster there was a light body appearing?
鼻子，应该有看到那照片。
You must have seen the photo. It's in Grandmaster's books.
形状的是个光。
It is with the form, with the nose, so it's behind, in the middle between Grandmaster and Sumo.
哦，圣子，显现那个教堂。
So we showed it to Grandmaster, and we believe that's St. Paul appearing because that basilica was where St. Paul was buried.
到意大利，到了这个
We went to Italy.
梵蒂冈，然后到了圣波罗，
We went to the Vatican, and then we went to the Basilica of St. Paul outside the walls, outside in the suburban. And all the popes and the photos were all on the walls. And the one with the light on is the present Pope. And the others have the lights off, which means they were all have passed away. So St. Paul was buried there. So we took a commemorative photo there. When the photo was taken, behind us there was a light body of a person, and he was St. Paul. So he appeared in form. So Christianity relied on the power of three people. One was Peter. Second was Jacob. And third was Paul. But for 600 years, Christianity went underground in spreading the gospel. Because during the Roman Empire, they regarded Christianity as heretic, improper religion. So for 600 years, most of the followers were martyrs. So Peter, Jacob, and Paul were all martyrs. Why? They were not afraid to die because of the truth. Without the ultimate truth, you would be fearful. Most people are afraid to die. That's the photo. That light body was St. Paul. Right? Yes. So that was a light body. He looked a Westerner, right? And I have my photo taken. And that's a person walking that way. So it's a sideway facial. That's St. Paul. St. Paul. Because behind me is where his burial was. So I went there and he appeared. Why did he want to appear? Because he recognized me. I recognize him too. So strange. I am from this era, and how come I can recognize him and he can recognize me? So if you have the truth inside your heart, then you would recognize it. I tell you, I recognize you, but you don't recognize me. What can I say? What else can I say then?
所以不管 AI 的时代在如何的进步，
So it does not matter how much AI makes progress. The key is you have to have the Tao or the truth inside your heart. And then don't worry about the rest.
AI 时代来临了，你如何去应对啊？
That's the guidance the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas give me. So how can we face the era of AI? It's so shocking. But there's no need to be scared because you have the way or the truth inside your heart. And you just follow it.
你只要心中有道，
Whatever you encounter, as long as you have the truth or the Tao inside your heart and mind, there is nothing to fear.
去工作啦，
Whether you would lose your job
将来会领不到钱啦，
or you will not have a chance to make money
AI
because AI takes over the jobs. AIs can write, can make poems, can paint, can publish books, can create songs and dances, and
管它怎么样，你心中有道，
does not matter. As long as you have the truth inside your heart and mind, there is nothing to fear. That's what they taught me. That's what they told me. And then don't worry about the rest. Everyone will find a way to live on, to survive.
你要活下去，你又有生，你必须要
You want to live on, then you have to find a way. And the AI are your helpers. So in the future, when you take a shower, you would have a beautiful robot to help you rub your back. Then you would feel good.
那么老了，有时候说
At this old age,
查不到啊，
sometimes I cannot wash or wipe my back, and they can help me. That would be good. So don't think too much. It's nothing to fear.
当你傻傻不好，
Wouldn't that be good? Someone's helping you to cook, to clean,
甚至还有人陪你睡觉，
and maybe even to accompany you in your sleep. Wouldn't that be nice? Those are all good. So think positively, they're all good.
不好的想全部都是不好。
If you think negatively, everything is bad. So why? Why should you?
我也坦白跟你讲，
Frankly speaking,
打开前世的记忆啊，
to open the memories of the past, then you would know who Grandmaster is.
你就是没有打开前世记忆了。我都认得你，你不认得我。
Because you don't open the memories of past lives. I recognize you, and you don't recognize me.
跟人讲话，
So it's like the chicken talking to the cows. You cannot communicate.
我是属鸡啊，
The cows stay the cows because my zodiac is a rooster. So I use that as an
就
example.
想起你的前世，
Because you can't remember your past lives.
你想不起来啊，
You cannot remember them.
你就没讲不通啊，讲。
Then we cannot communicate.
我是还是
You
要
can't understand. What can we do? You should still create merits. We should still do what we are supposed to do and let AI be.
AI 画的画，我们也跟着画，
So AI paints, we also paint.
他也写作，
We write, they also
都
write.
胜过我们。
They win over us in all ways, but
证明佛系，
when you clearly recognize the Buddha nature and open the memories of the past, only we have, not AI.
按照佛菩萨跟我指示，
That's the guidance given by the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. As long as you have the truth, Tao, inside your heart and mind, there is nothing to fear.
没有道，
But if you do not have the truth or the Tao inside your heart mind, then of course you would be scared. That's what they say. the answer by the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Second question. The 9 palaces flying stars change every year. In this year, being Wu Year of the horse, the most serious influence is the 5 yellow negative energy in the south. Ordinary people generally use 6 emperor coins or gourds to ward off the negative energy. But Grandmaster once said that Tiger Head Raja can dissolve negative influences that affect a home. Can the Tiger Head Raja ward off negative influences of the 9 palaces flying stars? If so, would it be sufficient to enshrine Tiger Head Raja at home and recite her mantra, making it unnecessary to hang gourds or 6 emperor coins? Yes, of course. Tiger Head Vajra can overcome negative energy because Tiger Head Vajra is the wrathful emanation of Golden Mother. And Golden Mother has been since ancient times till now a great deity, the golden Daluo, golden sage. In the east, the Donghua Dijun, and the west, Golden Mother. The south is the fire virtue, and north is the water virtue, and at the center is Huang Liao, the yellow elder. The 5 elders of Taoism since beginningless time. Since if Huang Di, which is the Xianyan clan, who's after Huang Di? Fu Xi. So Fu Xi is the one who drew the 8 trigrams, so that encompass their transformations of the yin and yang. So Wu Ji transforms into Tai Ji, Tai Ji's into 2, Yang Yi 2. So Wu Ji is 0. Monoism. So in Taoism, from 1, 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to myriad. So Fu Xi utilizes yin and yang to draw the 8 trigrams, heaven and earth, water and fire, mountain and lake. And what else? Thunder and wind. They all either producing or anti. So yin and yang, either generative or restrictive. So from yin and yang, you can draw the 8 trigrams. So from Wu Ji to Tai Ji, Tai Ji to the 2 poles, to the 3, and then to the 4 forms, to the 5 sing, to the 6 images, to the 7, and to the 8 trigrams, to the 9, and to the 10th. That's how you divide it.
就有相对论。
So that's a relativity, dualism, yin and yang, right? Yin and yang.
到了无极呢，
So
言论
Uji is the one origin. Golden mothers belong to the Uji from the Yin.
言论以后无所不破，
And in this Yuan principle that
所以你供呢，
there is nothing that cannot be overcome. So by enshrining the Tiger Head Vajra, of course you can overcome everything.
边是什么什么
So from
主啦，
一言两意三才四相五行六合七星八卦九宫。
刚到这里，
So you don't need to do anything. The coins or the six emperors things. Just as long as you have Tiger Head Vajra, that's good enough. It's very simple. First, doesn't matter how progressive AI is, as long as you have the truth in your heart and mind, there is nothing to fear. Second question, as long as you have Tiger Head Vajra, you don't need anything else.
好像壁刀啊，
The rest
过来，
were just invented by humans. Say like you have flying knives coming in,
掉一个箫，
and when people
那个人吹笛，
smart people would say, well, hang xiao.
石头吹的是箫，
Xiao is like a vertical flute.
把这个
Usually flute is horizontal, but this is
气就把它消掉。
but that's a homophone, which means you eradicate.
消壁刀，
So that's just to give you peace of
那
mind.
个箫就真的可以把那个壁刀
Can a knife, can a flute really overcome the knife?
无为就可以
No. But, can really the cord ward off negative energy? But if you have Tiger Head Vajra and you can chant his mantra, her mantra, then that would win over anything else. That's the Q&A.
讲实在话，这时代变得很快，
Frankly speaking, the age
要认真的
changes very fast.
心中有道。
Seriously speaking, it's very difficult to have Tao or the truth inside your heart and mind. Do you have it? Can we find any? It's very difficult.
你想想看，
Think about it.
为什么有些人他身上
Why?
可以看到师尊的法身，
Some people can see Grandmaster's Dharma body and some people cannot.
有些人会讲天语，
Some people can speak celestial language.
那你为什么一句都听不懂？
And how come you don't understand it at all?
为什么一句都听不懂？
How come you don't understand?
为什么你会有心灵经验？那个
Why do you have spiritual
那
experience?
种灵的这种感觉产生出来，为什么会有？
Why
为什么他都没有？
do you have that and why some people don't have
那
those?
就是属于缘。
I think that's due to affinities, causes and conditions, and
你要成为一个音乐家，
to be a musician.
你要成为一个钢琴的音乐家，钢琴。
If you want to become a pianist,
我们有这个皮亚诺上师，
we have a master piano here.
连琴上师就皮亚诺上师。
Master Lian Qin. His nickname is Master Piano.
你要成为钢琴家，
If you want to become a pianist,
这个业
you have to understand
音乐
the musical talent, just hearing the music would not be enough. You have to practice and practice every day until you become skilled. So you say, can you become a pianist without touching the piano? That's impossible. So you have to sit on the piano to make it happen. In front of the piano. Play the piano. So the Tao, the journey of spiritual cultivation, is something that you need to practice every day. Every day you need to cultivate it until one day it matures. Then you attain the way. You realize the ultimate truth. That's how I do it. That's how I did it. How can you have attainment when you have such heavy desires? You transform the desires into the way. Can you do that? I transform my own desires into the way, into the truth. There were many sects who teach you to decrease desires, the less the better, the closer to the Tao. And that's right. That's one method. But when you cannot stop your desires, what can you do? Then you transform them. Transform the desires into the way, to make them into a method of spiritual cultivation, a kind of spiritual cultivation. The gurus taught me. When your desire arises, you breathe. You do a breathing practice. The practice I teach you. Everybody knows how to breathe, because when you don't breathe, you would die. Everybody knows how to breathe, right? Right? You can breathe, I can breathe. You just inhale the fresh air and exhale the foul air. That's just ordinary breathing. But the breathing of spiritual cultivators is different. So they taught me how to breathe. So I pay attention to my breathing. And sure enough, I eradicated my desires because you focus on your breathing. That's the method my gurus taught me. Most common people just breathe to the throat. Inhale to the throat and out. And the better ones is you breathe into the lungs. And spiritual cultivators would breathe into the navel chakra. And then you should not worry about how to exhale from the navel chakra. You just need to pay attention to the inhalation to the navel chakra. Whenever you're aware of your breathing, then you should just take a deep breath all the way to the navel chakra until you get used to it, until it becomes a habit. When you do the most desirous thing, you know to still breathe deeply. Then you transform your desire into other thing, to your breathing. Then you shift your attention from your desire to your breathing. Someone asked Grandmaster Lu, you said that when you were young, you were no good. That's right. How many minutes? What does that mean? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So it's useless. So how can you attain non-leakage? How to practice it? It starts from breathing. So I seriously practiced it for 5 years. I said it last night. Tachilamu came to find me, and together from 3 to 7, 4 hours. It's not something that ordinary people can do. So I relied on the practice. I trained for 5 years before I attained fruition. Only then you would be called a man, Otoko. You're a man. Only then can you be called a man. Otherwise, you're useless. It starts from breathing. So first you shift your attention, and then you can have attainment. I'm not lying to you. You can truly succeed. I really write the key methods in the books. If you can truly transform your thoughts, then you're halfway to success. My gurus taught me that's very important. So that's why Tantric Buddhism is not something for nothing. So otherwise you would have too many babies. So Tantric Buddhism is for real. So I'm telling you this honestly, that Grandmaster seriously play the piano to practice, to train. I'm not talking about the physical piano, but to train my breathing, which is Qigong, simply Qigong, breathing practice. That you really breathe to the lower dantian, inhale to the dantian, exhale from the dantian, and if you can do that every day, you're already halfway to success. Those are all very important fifth instructions. The key point is your breathing. Is it the deepest, the most useful breathing that you can transform your desire? That's a great secret, and I will share some during the Mahastama Prapta grand ceremony. If you want to attain eternal bliss, if you want to attain eternal life, then you have to come for the Mahastama Prapta Dharma transmission. That you have diverted your thoughts. So I will share the secrets during the Mahastama Prapta grand ceremony. Let me keep some secrets, because if I share everything now, then you will not come for the grand ceremony. And if you don't come, the biggest news, the best news is this great strength has arrived. The great power has arrived. So if you learn the Mahastama Prapta Dharma, that would be incredible. That the Tao is right in front of you. Now let's discuss the Surangama Sutra. Otherwise, if the secret is exposed, then you will not come. You never thought about that, right? Breathing, we all can do that, right? No, it's different. It's really different. What do you think? When the first knot was tied, it was called the first. In the same way, the sixth knot eventually came into being. Could I now take the sixth knot and call it the first? No, World Honored One. Sakyamuni Buddha said, what do you think? When I tie the hatha into the first knot, and you said that's the first knot, and when I tie the sixth knot, and you said that's the sixth knot. So can you take the sixth knot to be the first? And say, okay, if I call the sixth knot the first? No, World Honored One, Ananda replied. The sixth is the sixth, and the first is the first. Sakyamuni Buddha, since you have tied the six knots, the sixth knot is the sixth. It can never be the first. The first knot is the knot that you first tied. And then the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Altogether, 6 knots on the hatha. Ananda said, even if I were to exhaust all my eloquence, because I understand all the concepts, how can I confuse the names of the 6 knots? And the 6th knot becomes the first knot, and then what? And then the second knot became the 5th knot? That's I added. He didn't say that.
排到这里，再来就第六个。
So, first knot,
摩尼佛就讲
all the way to the sixth knot. And the Buddha said, so it is.
六个解都
Although the six knots are different,
故循本因一心所造。六个解虽然不同，
when the original cause is traced, they will all form from the same cloth. The six knots are all different, but it's all the same hatha.
最早的原因还是那条哈达，实际上是一条哈达所造成六个结的。
So the six knots were from the same hatha
令其杂乱，终不得成。
as the source.
因不如是。
Yet it is ultimately impossible to confuse one knot with another. So let me tell you, the six roots are the same. So when the six are untied, the one died. What does it mean? All you see are the six knots, and you don't see the hatha. Then I give an example: one power line and six birds perching on it. And with one shot, one bird fell. How many birds are left? And you said no more birds. How come? But the power line is still there. The power line will never change. And the birds fly, come and go. The birds can change. And the six knots are on the same hatha. That's the analogy of Sakyamuni Buddha. And the six knots are the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. And you only focus on the six roots, but you never pay attention that they are part of your body, and not just the body, but the wondrous luminous true mind. So you don't see the wondrous luminous true mind, you just see the six roots. So you're all dumbos. So this is the six untied and one died. So eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind are just something on top of the wondrous luminous true mind. Actually, they are part of the wondrous luminous true mind. It's just that humans focus on the superficial appearance of phenomena and don't pay attention or emphasize the truth inside. We don't see the truth inside. We just see the six knots on the outside. So isn't that a chaos? That's all upside down. So this makes a lot of sense, what the Buddha says. Humans just use the six roots to perceive and to feel, and yet do not know the truth, the Tao inside their own heart and mind. So the six roots are the same. What is within what is ultimately one and the same. Six ultimately distinct functions arise. So the Buddha said to Ananda, you surely dislike the existence of the six knots and wisdom to become one again. Then how can this be accomplished? So they are all the same hatha, but the six appear different. The six knots appear different. The Buddha said, your six roots are the same within what is ultimately one and the same. Six ultimately distinct functions arise. So there is no need for the six knots. The origin was one piece of hatha. So you need to recognize the wondrous luminous true mind and not the six knots. So how can you attain the wondrous luminous true mind in this way? And Ananda said, As long as these knots remain, distinction between right and wrong arise. And because of the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind, everything is turned upside down and all chaotic. Without them, there would not be. And due to the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind, you give rise to greed, anger, and delusion, and you create karma. Without the 6 roots, you cannot create karma. All the rights and wrongs and upside downs, topsy-turvy, they're all created by the 6 roots. Ananda said, as long as these knots remain, distinction between right and wrong arise. Within them, one naturally considers this knot not to be that knot, and that knot not to be this one. If the Tathagata were now to untie them all, and no knots remain, there would be no longer any distinction between this and that. Even the name one would not exist. How then could there be 6? And what he's saying were all just topsy-turvy, all chaos. It's just all kinds of delusive thoughts. And the Buddha said, this is the meaning when the 6 are untied, the one also vanishes. It's just like this. 1 is the fundamental. The 6 are all the topsy-turvies or upside downs. And because of this, your mind has been confused and disturbed. It was never upright, giving rise to false knowing and seeing. What you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you think, all those just delusive thoughts never rest, never cease. And then you become weary, because all you perceive false phenomena, a heap of them. So it's like the eyes strained by fatigue who see illusory flowers. Within the clear, pure, and luminous awareness, they arise chaotically without any cause. All the mountains, rivers, and great earth of the world, as well as birth and death and nirvana, are nothing but inverted appearance of illusory flowers arising from confusion and strain. So they're all just all this chaos, chaotic world, chaotic phenomena created by the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. You say this today, you say that tomorrow, and you hear this today, and you hear that tomorrow, and all kinds of chaos. They are all bad. So the earth is going crazy, it's mad. So when it goes mad, then there would be earthquakes, floods, fires, windstorms. They all appear. So the earth is going mad. Isn't it? When the earth is going mad, the humans are also going mad. They're all mad. They're going all over and they're all confused and don't know what's going on. Lastly, Ananda asks again, so this strain is like a knot. So this kind of madness is like a knot. How can it be untied? Ananda asks. So Ananda helped us ask Sakyamuni Buddha. So this knot is really dead, it's really tight. So how can we untie it? This is the main topic. If you can untie the knot, then you can see the Tao or the truth. And if you cannot untie the knot, then you would be misled or confused by your 6 roots ceaselessly, endlessly. So now do you understand what my explanation? Really, if I don't explain Surangama Sutra, that would be useless if you don't understand it. What can I do? So the Mahasamaprapta ceremony, I want to tell you why she called the great strength has arrived, and everybody don't understand. Nobody has talked about this, so I want to explain it clearly. Only very few talked about it. If it were Lao Tzu, he would know to talk about it. He would know how to explain it. Lao Tzu and Zhuang Tzu, the ancient Lao Tzu is from the spring and autumn dynasties, and then Zhuang Tzu would know how to explain it as well, in my opinion. I also think Sakyamuni Buddha would also know how to explain. See, Sakyamuni Buddha explains it very clearly. Jesus also knows how to explain it. Had he lived longer, because he only got out to teach for 3 years. Actually, he's gone to many places. He should have understood. He was fearless to be crucified because he understood. That's why he dared to spread the Gospels, because he understood. He could communicate with the spirits, with God, with the Holy Spirits. So the God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirits were the Trinity. They are interconnected. I personally also have this experience, the interconnection. That's why I recognize who you are, who you were, but you don't recognize yourself, because after reincarnation, you forget them all. There's a joke here about reincarnation. The Yama King asked the Meng Po. This is a joke, the Chinese joke. Wow, how come the line for reincarnations are so long? So now you're not so effective, because you don't work efficiently. Because, and then the Meng Po replied, because they forgot that they have taken the bowl of forgetfulness soup, because that's the folklore in China, that you need to take the soup before the incarnation so that you forgot about your life before you're being reborn again. So they forget that they have drank the soup, so they lined up again because they have forgotten about everything. Let me tell you, Dharma practice can open the memories of your past lives, and you can remember them all. So that's why I'm telling you all that meeting each other means affinities. The fact that we encounter each other, that's causes and condition. It's not that there are no reasons for it. That's because of affinities from past lives. The only difference is that some are long, some are shorter. Once you open your memories of the past lives, you know, oh, that person is that, and they don't remember anymore. So that's teaching about past. Oh, this is the joke about past lives. For Chinese, before being reborn, you have to drink the soup to forget, so that you forget what you have done in your past life, whom you would recognize. That actually, in this life, whomever you encounter, they're all familiar people. Those are people you knew from your past lives. She asks, if you know about all the people from the past, would everything be messy and chaos? Well, because that's a warning that you don't repeat the same mistakes. You should change. I don't know what you're talking about. Give her a microphone. Sorry, Grandma, I just thought about it. So when you open memories of the past lives, and then what you saw, good affinity from past life, of course that's good, and you're happy and you continue. But if you encounter enemies or people that were horrible and terrible things, what should we do? Okay. Okay, now I understand. Let me tell you, this is your chance to perform good deeds. You want to transform and deliver all your karmic creditors, your enemies. You want to forgive them. You want to help them. You want to deliver them. You want to sacrifice yourself. This is a good opportunity to perform good deeds. If a good affinity comes, that's good. But if it's a bad affinity coming, that's a good opportunity to perform good deed. You have to forgive them first. You have to tolerate them. And you want to give to them and help them. So if that's your karmic enemies or creditors, the more you want to help and transform and deliver them. You want to forgive them, you want to tolerate them, embrace them, understand? That's doing good deeds. So you want to continue to do good deeds. So that's helping them. So although you know it's not good affinity, you want to accept it and bear it, and you want to advise and change and transform them. You cannot abandon them or hate them even more. Oh, that's horrible. Then you're creating karma again. Now, do you understand? So, being a Buddhist, you have to learn this. So you don't just expect good affinities. Good affinities come, bad affinities also come. And then you have to transform that. And you have to forgive them. It's difficult to do, but you must be able to do it. That's called spiritual cultivation. You just embrace and forgive everything. They were all multiple bodies, and now you want to become one body, you know? So by harming others, it's the same as harming yourself. Do you understand? When you owe others, then it's the same. You'll be owed to you. So when you hurt others, that's hurting yourself. When your karmic enemies are right in front of you, that's right opportunity to transform them. That would be your merit. Your spiritual cultivation opportunity is right here. So that's Buddhist practice is all about. It's not that you just expect everything good or good affinities. Then what do you need to do then? If everything is good. So everybody is good affinity, and then you arise to Sukhavati together. If you're selfish, you just want to go to the heavens and not everybody else, that's evil, that's bad deed. And if you go to heavens and you're all by yourself, you'll be lonely. You wouldn't want to go. Wouldn't that be nice that everybody goes to heavens together? That's the key point. Everybody is one body. Tolerate each other. Embrace each other. Some people are very discriminating. You discriminate against this, against that. You discriminate. You dislike this, dislike that, or you're jealous of this and jealous of that. That's wrong. Remember, one body. Remember what Grandmaster says. One body. Otherwise, what are you cultivating? One body. The prince has become a frog, and it requires 3 kisses from a princess to become a human back. And the frog found the princess and kissed twice, and that's pretty good. And then she ate the frog. Because the frog seems tasty. Money, baby, home.